Hey guys, this video is for our 2-year-old's room for May week 3. And our memory verse for this month is, God saw everything he had made and it was very good. Genesis 1:31. All month long we are asking the question, who made everything? God made everything. And we are learning the story of creation. So week 1, we learned that God made the light and the dark and the sky and the water. Last week we learned that God made land, plants, and sea, sun, moon, and stars. And this week we are learning that God made the birds and the fish. So week 3, our preschoolers will be so excited as they hear about how God made the birds and the fish. Your preschoolers will be flapping their wings and swimming like little fish at some point. And our hope is that as they go out into the world, every time they see a fish or a bird, they will know that God made everything and it is good. Very cool. So jumping into our leader guide, we'd love for you to join us at 8:20 and 10:20 in the garage door room for coffee and donuts and most importantly, prayer. Then just make sure that you're in your room by 8:30 and 10:30. You're ready to go. As kids roll in at 8:40 and 10:40, they can just play with toys until about 5 after when you start cleaning up. And then they have a little intro activity before they go out to large groups. So this one is just called Birds and Fish. And so what they're going to do is you've got a big sky. It's a little bit different than what it says down here. But you've got a big sky and a big water. And so you've got all these little birds and fish. And you're just going to help kids separate, put the birds onto the sky and the fish into the sea. And you'll close it down by saying, way to go, guys. You guys are so smart. Today, we're going to talk about who made the birds and the fish. Then at 20 after, you will head out to large group. When you get back from large group, you have a couple of little games that you can play. So the first is all the kids, one at a time. You can have them sit on the carpet. One at a time, they can come up to the cup and pull out a stick. And then they're going to tell you, did they get a bird or a fish? And then they can go back to their seat with it. And then at the end, you can have the kids who have fish kind of swim around the room. The kids who have birds can fly around the room. And then just collect all of them back for second service. And then you can practice their memory verse. So our memory verse tells us God made everything. Who made everything? God made everything. And you can practice their memory verse maybe before they pick from the stick. I forgot to say that part. Or you can just practice it afterwards once they know if they're a bird or a fish. Then the next one says sky or sea. So this is very similar to the opening activity. You have a bucket with blue for the sea and white for the clouds in the sky. And again, you've got a bunch of birds and fish. And you can have kids, you can flip these over, put the kids on the carpet, have kids one at a time come up and pick a card. And then if it's a fish, it goes into the blue bucket. And if it's a bird, it goes into the white bucket. And so you've got lots of different ones that you can pick. You can call kids up one at a time to do that, and they can sort their cards into the different buckets. Again, it's a little different from what it says on here. But just talking about, again, God made birds and the fish. Who made everything? God made everything. And then for your craft, we don't have an activity page for it because I didn't like the craft this week. So we're just making our own. So you might want to trace kids' hands at the beginning and then maybe have one of your teen helpers cut out the hands and round off the wrists while kids are doing all their other activities in our large group. And then when kids get back and you're ready for your craft time, you can just have them glue their hand onto the craft stick, which I've got a bunch of craft sticks down here. Then there's a bunch of heart stickers in here. They can pick out a heart sticker to use as the lips. There's googly eyes in this bin, and they can glue a googly eye on. And then all the little labels for their craft are on there, and they can make their very own fish. So that is it for this week, guys. Just a super simple week of God made the birds and the fish. Maybe you can ask kids if they see birds or fish when they're out at their houses, and that this week as they see birds when they're out in nature, to remember that God made everything, including the birds and the fish. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for serving in our 2-year-old's room this week. You guys are all so amazing. I am so grateful for all of you, and we'll see you on Sunday.